Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Iowa Mooney Pilot crazy adventure to Ecuador. We actually left on a Saturday, arrived into Quito on a Saturday, woke up the next day, and just had a tour with our good buddy Javier. We're actually traveling down a wonderful highway here. This highway cost $300 million to produce, and it's only 13 kilometers long, so it's a very expensive highway. We're actually traveling to a caldera, and as you can see here in this caldera, it is basically a volcano that erupted at one time and blew its top and leveled everything, and now you have a big flat area at the bottom, and in that flat area you see all these wonderful little homes. People actually live there. And this is considered still an active volcano, and you wonder when it might blow again. But these people are undeterred to live there in this wonderful caldera. We had our friend Javier take us to the top, and we actually were visiting with him. He's an absolutely awesome guide. Love what he's doing for us and teaching us about everything, and he taught us a little bit about some plants.
All right, so what this is called is an epiphyte. An epiphyte is basically a little plant that grows on another plant. Now, this is not a parasite, does not suck off of this tree or anything like that, but they have these little epiphytes. There they are. This thing right here, these things, they basically grow on these trees, but they're not parasites, but they use those trees to be able to get to the sun and see the sun and stuff. But they grow actually pretty big, and there's a big one right here. Very cool. So they grow inside these trees, and there's a bunch of them on this one.
So after visiting the caldera, we went on a trip to 000 latitude. The wonderful thing about this place we went to was basically on the equator itself, and they had all kinds of little exhibits, and one of the exhibits was this wonderful little house that was built by Incas, and they actually had actual Incas come in and build this thing, and they donated a lot of things like the wonderful skins on the walls. They had some boa constrictor and anaconda skins and all kinds of other cool stuff for us to look at. The guide spoke English, didn't enunciate very well. You'll find that out a little bit later, but he was able to be understandable, and we actually had a lot of fun and learned a lot from him and his teachings, not only about the Incas and how they lived life, but how they worshipped the sun. Very cool experience for all of us.
Peru, they have Inca people, right? Incas. Mexico, they have the Mayas and the Aztecs. And Ecuador, what we have? Quito skies.
Okay, so we're here at the equator line. In the equator, your weight is less than that of country of origin because we are the widest part of the earth, further away from the center of it. As a result, the force of gravity is less.
Very big shoes.
Very big shoes.
Are from Shaquille O'Neal. The name of this force is the centrifugal force. And the centrifugal force makes everything in the middle spread out or push it out to be in the north and also to be pushed on the south. But what is the reason? Because the planet always moves and rotates like this. The velocity in our planet creates the centrifugal force. And each time the planet moves in this way, the water and wind and huge masses that condense in this area get expelled to be in the north and be in the south. But each time these forces are getting pushed, when they collapse in the countries near in the lands, they create natural disasters that in the north they call them as hurricanes and tornadoes. But if you go to the southern hemisphere, now the rotation is different, and now the water and wind is going to spin in another direction. It's going to move clockwise direction, and that's why they call them as cyclones. What is the reason about that? The shape of the planet and the distance from this area to this area makes the countries in the north move counterclockwise and in the south move clockwise direction. That's why Australia call them as cyclones, by the cycle of the clock movement of the water and wind. But in the north, they don't have cyclones. What they have? Anti-cyclones, counter-cyclones. Why? Because the direction is counterclockwise, the opposite. Puerto Rico and then USA changed the name to be as hurricanes, tornadoes. And what is the name of these ones? The Coriolis effect. What is Coriolis? The directions and the name of the unique thing that we have in the north and we have in the south. And to understand better what is the Coriolis effect, everyone, we need to walk to Australia. So please everyone, follow me to Australia. Welcome everybody to Australia. We are going to see a cycle. So please everyone, follow Australia and tell me if it's moving counter or clockwise direction. Are you ready? Okay, 1, 2, 3.
It's clockwise.
Clockwise. Counter is your left hand and clockwise is your right hand. So I'm moving to this way, clockwise direction. Now, these ones are cyclones, clockwise. Now let's see, hurricanes, tornadoes. Let's walk to Puerto Rico. We are in summer season, so let's go to Puerto Rico. Everyone, please. Now it's counterclockwise. What is the reason about that? The shape of the planet and also the point of view that we have about to looking at these ones. That's why it's called effect, because it's something visual that you need to see, so this one happens and occurs. Now, if we have hurricanes and cyclones in these hemispheres, what happened with Ecuador? We are in the middle, in the equator line. Maybe we have cyclones and tornadoes at the same time. Luckily, we don't. What is the reason? Because centrifugal force makes this, everyone. Push the water and never return. So that's why in Ecuador and also in all of this area, we don't have cyclones, tornadoes, but what we have only earthquakes, tsunamis, and the most popular natural disasters in South America, the volcanic eruptions. More than 27 active volcanoes we have in Ecuador. So, like I say, I keep the dangerous ones, I leave not the most important ones. So everyone, do you have questions about what is Coriolis? It's only the direction of the water and wind in the north and in the south. And to understand better, let's go to make a practice test. Always pay attention to the signal. So this means the water in my country moves in only one way. This means it's going to drain perfect. Not to the right and not to the left. It's going to drain straight down. So that's why we're going to make this test. Ecuador, water here, neutral. 1, 2, and 3. You see?
Drain straight out.
Exactly, sir, without any movement. But what happens if the centrifugal force activates and push the water to the south? By the rotation and the shape is going to create a cycle. So everyone, let's walk to New Zealand and Australia.
We're gonna go to Australia.
Let's go. Australia.
Right, moving. The southern hemisphere.
South.
2 meters away. 2 meters, just 2 meters away.
Welcome to Australia, everyone. Thank you so much. And a spider is in there.
And the spider is in there.
So the spider is going to move also clockwise direction. Power spider.
Poor spider.
1, 2, and 3. See?
Oh, yes, yep.
That
There you
That was
go.
really good.
Cyclones.
Cyclone.
Or in India and Asia, they call them as typhoons. Cyclones, typhoons in the south, hurricane tornadoes in the north. So everyone, let's go to Mexico, Acapulco, Cancun in the north.
We're gonna go to
Okay, everyone? North, counterclockwise, hurricanes and tornadoes. Everyone, are you ready? 1, 2, and 3.
Yep. Counterclockwise.
Counterclockwise. Amazing, right? Do you like it?
Yes.
Everyone, this is the Coriolis effect. This is the only place that we can make and recreate these kind of examples. Not other places have the possibility to have the south and the north in a closest area. Only Miami City. Why? Because we are in the literally 0, 0, 0 degree.
All right, Chris is gonna try. It's a good picture.
Okay, everyone, who don't want to try the activity? Raise your hands.
We've done it already.
You done it already?
We've been here before.
Okay, don't worry. So you want to be maybe my next volunteers to make the next activity?
Here we go.
Hey, Chris did it.
Did it. Balance an egg. You know you're on the equator when you balance
don't
an
worry.
egg. So.
Don't worry. You make the drone test.
You got to give him a high five.
I gotta give him a high five. Okay, we gotta give him a
Give me
high
a five.
All right.
Second egg master.
He got it. She got it.
Didi got it.
Didi.
Good job. You gotta give him a high five.
Yeah.
Gotta give him a high five.
Gotta give him a high five. She just got it.
She got
High five. Excelente. Look in that direction. Arms open. Heads up. And now you need to close your eyes. At the moment you close your eyes, you're going to feel the tiny pushes in your body going to the north and to the south. But to make it more easy, please, sir, walk step by step.
With my eyes closed and my head up?
Exactly.
Okay.
So try to walk. But you see, you feel like something is pushing you out from the middle and your direction starts to change. The centrifugal force makes your body go to the south or go to the north. Sir, stop, and you see, you are in the
You're in the
southern
south.
He
hemisphere.
doesn't drink alcohol.
Please,
I don't drink.
next
Drunk
one.
again.
Don't drink.
This is the Ecuadorian drone test, but without drinking.
Miss Didi, you're gonna do it.
Let's rise, madam.
Start walking. Drunken sailor.
Where are you going?
Where you going? Put your head back.
See, the force push your body to be in the north. Again, the push to be in the north.
Hilarious.
So we left our signature in the book there in the 000 latitude place, got our picture taken, and on our way out, we noticed that the owner of this facility was a worshiper of Jehovah, a God. And we started our drive and went to the gondola ride to head up to the top of a mountain, 14,000 feet.
I think so. So we're getting ready to take this tram, this trolley up to the top of the hill. Apparently we're going to go 3,400 feet above where we're at. Currently probably at about 10,000 right now. We had to hike up this hill, but these are little trams that they got. Yeah, Quito. Looks like they fit 6 people. All right. So we're in the little gondola going up the mountain. And we got our awesome tour guide, Javier. He's been taking us all over the place, been taking us some pretty cool places. Certainly excited to have him as our tour guide. Speaks perfect English. Right, Javier?
I make some mistakes, but I think, I'm trying to do my best. We're going to be over almost 14,000 feet.
14,000.
Exactly.
Yeah.
From, like 10,000 feet up to 4,000 feet, that's going to be a big...
Big jump.
Exactly.
Awesome.
A great experience.
And there's no snow up there.
No.
So it's...
We don't have snow in Ecuador.
At 14,000 feet in Colorado, you will have snow.
I
So,
know.
Yeah.
I know.
So-
We have glaciers. We have glaciers, but our glaciers are over 17,000 feet at least. At least.
Wow, look at the
Lower than
city.
that, and we don't have snow, it's ice actually. Yeah, so you're gonna get a beautiful view of the city.
That is amazing. We'll get a better view with this, through the scratched glass here. What an awesome. How you having fun, Mama? Yep. All right. How about you guys?
Of course.
You guys have done this before, though, haven't you?
No, we have not done the cable
You haven't
car.
done the cable car.
Listen.
I don't listen.
Gosh.
He's a man.
Grumple Stillskin.
You don't have to listen. He's
Don't
a
have
man.
to listen. So.
Yo soy hombre.
You soy an hombre! I'm a man! So we'll get up here, we'll get some awesome video of the city and everything else. So very cool.
Located
Crazy
between these two ranges of mountains, okay? Because this is west where we're going to, and that's east. I told you that the Andes in Ecuador mainly is divided into 3 parts: west, center, and east.
Alright, so we made it up here to the top of Pintinta, which is where the cable car takes us. And this is the city of Quito. So, stuck between mountains, in the Andes Mountains. Beautiful up here. We are about 14,000 feet right now. And that is the city. It is expansive. 3 million people live in that city. And it is massive. It says it's 45 miles from one end to the other. So only 4 miles wide. And of course you got the cloud deck below the mountaintops, which is pretty cool. So the clouds move through, and then when they hit the mountains, it creates moisture, and got some serious rainforest action. So cool.
So while on top of the mountain, Didi and Chantel decided to get their picture taken. We also took some pictures of the mountains and the clouds, and also of Quito. It's such an awesome view, and it's so nice to be up here on top of this mountain.
Here's the official thing. Roger's going to do push-ups at 14,000 feet. How many can you do, Roger? How many push-ups can you do at 14,000? Okay, go. 1, 2, 29, 30. Hey, you got 30 of them in.
Pretty good. $38.
This thing is called Pim's Restaurant here. We got a seat to the city. Beautiful here in Quito. Going to the historic area of Quito. They have all the churches. And it's absolutely packed, but at 7 o'clock it clears out, and it's like a ghost town. So walking through, this is gold everywhere. Beautiful. Look on the ceiling. Wow. So cool. We got a confessional over there. So the amount of gold that's been used in this building, there's $10 million worth of leaf gold, and it goes throughout the entire place. And if you look right up here, there's a sun right in the middle, and this has everything to do with the light of Christ and how they used that symbol here in the Incas to get people to follow Christ.
Wow.
This is just beautiful. You look down in here, these are the catacombs. You can actually go down in there. That's where they have buried people. All right, in the traditional Catholic religion, they always entered the right side of the church. So that would be basically come out from the street, come in through this door, and then the first painting they would see would be this one painting. This painting depicts basically fire and brimstone, hell and sin and everything else. And people would oftentimes feel guilty seeing this. They would come down here. They would then come down here and enter a confessional. After entering this confessional, they would confess their sins, they would pay their penance, they would do everything they would have to do. They would then go up and receive the Holy Communion up in the front of the church. And since everything came in on the right, everything exited on the right. So they would come in, do their Holy Communion, then they would come out here, and after being way up there, come out here, and they would exit on the right side of the church. But before they left, they would always see this one painting right here on the wall, which is the painting of salvation. And that was the way the Catholic Church here in the Andes worked. They would exit at that door. So cool. Got the break dancers on the street. we're sitting in here in the presidential palace area. We have a guy reading off, reading religious stuff, but one of the things that the government did here was they had the presidential palace right there, and then of course you have over here the Holy Palace. So the reason that they did that, they built them so close because they wanted faith as a part of their government. Across the way is City Hall, and then finally the Archbishop Palace, which is this one. They actually use religion as a way to help keep people faithful to the government. This plaza used to be empty, all barren, and they used to be able to have 10,000 people here until somebody was murdered, until the president was murdered right there at the presidential palace. And they went in and they remodeled the entire palace area here, and they put gardens in and a beautiful monument here. And they designed this place so that way people would walk through versus sit, or walk through versus sit and hang out and congregate like they used to do. So this now only holds 3,000 people, and we got a preacher here. So cool to be able to walk through and see the history here. Yes. And Statue of Liberty, almost looking like thing. She represents freedom, and she faces east. So we're certainly in the Archbishop Palace right now. They've converted it into a lot of shops, and so cool. It's got like this atrium in the Spanish design. And the Archbishop does have one little place in here that he keeps to himself, but the rest of it he rents out for the Catholic Church. So that is the Sun Temple up there with the angel with wings. And if you look down the road here, so we go down here to the road, and then you look straight away on the road here, and you go down here, that is the Moon Temple. Okay.
I almost told you I'm not gonna come back to the
cool.
historic center without you. But
Well, since we visited all those wonderful, beautiful churches, we decided to make a visit to the LDS Temple there in Quito, and what a magnificent and awesome place that was. I just want to remind everybody that I love you, the Lord loves you, and it doesn't hurt to give at least 1 hour a week to God, so go to church. You will find plenty of blessings there. Until we see each other again, you guys stay safe, and we will see you in the Galapagos next.